Hi, everyone. It's Laura here for Legal Talk Tuesday on this beautiful sunny day. It's very, very cold outside. I left my recycling kind of trash can that I keep in my laundry room outside because I was trying to clean it out. And it's frozen solid with the vinegar water solution that I left in it. So that was a nice surprise this morning when I woke up. But just wanted to welcome you today to Legal Talk Tuesday, and we are in November now, and Brooke did our live last week without me because I was on vacation in Colorado where it was also very cold, but also very beautiful. I love being surrounded by the mountains and everything. It's kind of one of my happy places. But now that we're in November and the holidays are more imminent than they've been in the rest of the year, we're past Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are coming up. I want to talk about something a little bit more serious, during this time of year, and that is navigating divorce during the holidays. Divorce is really never easy from an emotional standpoint. The holidays can be extra difficult, though, especially if you have kids, because you're trying to navigate all those emotions, make everybody happy, make sure that your kids are having the best holiday that they possibly can. So whether or not you're going through a divorce right now, or this is your first holiday season after a divorce, it can really be difficult to navigate. And for those of us that celebrate the holidays at this time of year, I want to give you 5 tips to kind of keep in mind as we're approaching Thanksgiving and Christmas time, to deal with your feelings and your family and all of the fun stuff that happens during the holidays. So tip number 1 is give yourself a break. It's really honestly super hard to not set these huge expectations for yourself and not feel guilty about things, but give yourself a break and manage your guilt. Perfection, as we all know, never really happens. When you're going through a divorce during the holidays, we really can put too much pressure on ourselves to try to make it perfect for our family and kind of try to overcompensate because, the parents are split up, or your parents don't agree with divorce, your grandparents are, I've known people who don't even tell their grandparents that they're divorced here in Arkansas because it's not, it's kind of a forbidden topic. So, try to give yourself a break and release or manage your guilt in those situations. Guilt is a really dangerous emotion. It's honestly kind of a useless emotion to sit in and not do anything about, to try to get out of that guilty feeling that you have. It makes us do things that we don't really want to do. And it makes us feel really bad about things that we either do or that we don't do based on whatever that guilt is telling us. So try as hard as you can to give yourself a break and kind of manage the guilty feelings that you have. Tip number 2 is release your expectations. The word expectations, for me, it's a 4-letter word with 12 letters. Honestly, 4-letter word with 12 letters, I can't say it anymore. That's something that I have really, I struggled with in the past. It caused me to make myself sick a lot because nobody was living up to my expectations. And so expectations really set you up for failure, disappointment, frustration, whether it's you or whether it's someone else who doesn't live up to your expectations. It can really feel devastating. So try to take that word out of your vocabulary. Set, if you really have to have an expectation, maybe set it to where you hope everybody has a good time. If somebody doesn't have a good time, then that's on them. That's not on you. So try really hard to release your expectations for having that perfect holiday or making your kids feel, like everything's the same. Everything's not the same. So try to release those expectations. And just a good tip in general is to take that word out of your vocabulary. Tip number 3, if you do have children during this time, put your kids first. They are the most important thing in the process of getting divorced. So it doesn't matter if your kids are 2 years old or 20 years old. Put them ahead of any hurt feelings or drama that you may feel that's surrounding your divorce, or that you have bad feelings about your current spouse or your ex-spouse if you've recently gotten a divorce. So, make sure that those kids are in the forefront of your mind. Anybody who listens to our talks on Tuesdays knows that that's kind of a repetitive thing that I say. When you're going through, or when you recently have gotten divorced, or maybe you got divorced 4 years ago, but your kids are still young, put your kids first in your mind when you're trying to set up, a good holiday for them. No matter what time of year, they are the most important thing. So keep that in mind. They don't need to know anything that's going on between you and your spouse or your ex-spouse. That is the parents' problem, the parents' issues, and it's not the kids. So if you are navigating a divorce during this time and you guys have decided, for example, I know people who decide to still have Christmas Day together. Excuse me, I'm getting over a cold from about 3 weeks ago, so that cough lingers. But whether or not, it's Christmas Day, you've decided to have together, excuse me, or you've decided to split Christmas Day, make sure that they are the most important thing in the forefront of your mind. I'm not trying to take out any feelings of negativity on your spouse. Excuse me for the cough. It's kind of crazy today. I think it's all the nice, lovely cold weather that we're having. And yesterday, at least here in Central Arkansas, we got inundated with a lot of rain. So it kind of pulled up a bunch of stuff. So tip number 3 is putting your kids first in every situation, regardless of the holidays, but definitely during the holidays, you want to make sure that they aren't feeling that tension, that they aren't involved in your drama that you have with your current spouse or your ex-spouse. Tip number 4 is focus on the big picture. Despite people's opinions, Christmas is not the most important day of the year. It is a day in a 365-day year. So you have to keep that in mind. Don't make it out to be the most grand and important thing, so that, again, kind of like with tip number 1 and 2, you aren't setting yourself up for expectations that don't meet themselves. Give yourself a break on that. Yes, it's an important day. Yes, it's a fun day. Yes, it's a holiday that you surround yourself with family and everything, but it's just one day out of 365 days. So if it is difficult for you to try to do the big, huge family Christmas that you did last year, maybe, or 5 years ago, give yourself a break, tip number 1, on that, and focus on the big picture of being healthy for yourself, for your family. And when I say family, I don't necessarily mean if you have kids or don't have kids. I mean yourself, whoever your people are that surround you during important times. It's really important to focus on the big picture. Don't put so much importance on the holidays that you lose sight of that big picture. Navigating, healing, focusing on your happiness and the happiness of your family, it's an all year thing. It's not just one day. So don't put so much importance on that particular day, whether it's Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, both, whatever it is. Don't put so much importance on it that you lose sight of the bigger picture of making sure that you are happy and healthy and that your family is happy and healthy. Tip number 5, and this is, where I get a little touchy-feely, is practice gratitude and taking care of yourself. Be positive. Be proactive about being grateful for the good things in your life. If there's something that's not going very well and you want to change it, list out some steps. Work towards those steps to change that one thing in your life that's not going so well. Whether that's you've been thinking about divorce and you wanted to wait until after the holidays. January is a big, big month for people filing for divorce. And it's because they put so much importance on getting through the holidays, whether it's for their kids or for their parents. Excuse me. Hopefully this will be better next week, but I'm having a little trouble with my with my throat right now. Apologize for those of you who are listening to me and who are watching this later and hearing me do nothing but cough. A cough drop in my mouth. It's obviously not working very well. But be positive and proactive about, taking care of yourself and being healthy and happy. Stress can be really harmful to your health. For those of you who haven't heard us talk about it before, Brooke and I both talk about trying to keep stress out of our lives. It's not easy, and it doesn't work all the time, but especially during the holidays, stress is, dangerous because we're in the fun of flu season. Colds are going around. Hello, the cough that I have that I can't get rid of. It's, get your rest, drink your fluids, work out if you like to work out, find something else that relieves that stress. But really, honestly, recognizing that you have good things in your life and not focusing so much on the bad things that are happening, it will change your mindset and make you, more grateful and understanding that there are things that are good in your life, and this is just something it's not going to last forever. Something that you're going through right now, whether it's your first holiday after a divorce, whether you're going through a divorce right now, it's just something really important to keep in mind that this too will, shall pass. And it's important to keep in mind that all year long, it's important to recognize that you have good things, be grateful for those good things, have a positive and proactive mindset on getting yourself to a place that you want to be, whatever that might be. So just to wrap up a little bit today for our Legal Talk Tuesday, and thank you for sticking it out during my fun of coughing. This is the most I've talked today, so apparently my system is saying, no, you're not ready to talk too much. But just to wrap up a little bit, I'm going to go through the 5 tips again. Tip number 1, give yourself a break and manage your guilt. Number 2, release your expectations about how things should be. Don't like that word either. Tip number 3 is put your kids first. Tip number 4 is focus on the big picture. And number 5 is practice gratitude and take care of yourself. So thank you so much for joining us today. Please join us next week. Brooke and I will be back here together at 11:30 a.m. on Tuesday. I have no idea what the date is. I think it's the 18th, Tuesday the 18th of next week. And you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye.